So, Matty, another preview show, another game in which we are sort of in the middle of that run, the nasty run of games that we've had, but we're still unbeaten in 2022. But Derby days are a little bit different, aren't they? Your side travel to Malton on Saturday. You'll be expecting another tough game.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Malton are going to show a huge kind of enthusiasm. They're going to push us to our limits, and we're going to have to look to find ways to get another W come this week.
Yeah, on Saturday, of course, we welcomed Ilkley to Silveroyd, Matty. A quite exceptional performance from your side, arguably one of the performances of the season. You must have been really proud with the performance, having had now a couple of days since that game.
Yeah, we said we knew that we are going to be put under pressure. We knew that if we did get put under pressure, they were going to put points on us. But the way that we came back from them scoring, or the way that we kind of came back after being under a bit of a pressure was fantastic from the lads, and the way that they kind of worked things out themselves, and the way the leaders kind of stood up was great to see as a coach, as we said on Saturday, and the guys are just going from strength to strength, and the leaders are kind of standing up, but the young lads are taking everything on board, and I think they're kind of slowly kind of just enjoying it a little bit more as well.
Yeah, and the atmosphere was brilliant, Matty, on Saturday. Loads of fans turning out and the celebrations at the end with the fans cheering the lads on. You'll be hoping for similar on Saturday with people making the short journey over to the Gannock.
Yeah, we said that we hadn't really heard the crowds like that for a long time. So yeah, as I said, it was like a great day. Obviously, England after as well, we knew it was going to kind of be a big day for the club with us playing, and then after in the bar, and it was pretty much like the kind of days of old, which was fantastic. A few of the old boys came up and watched and stuck around for a couple of beers afterwards, and those are what kind of like rugby days are all about. And everyone's talking about already getting on the train and going through to Malton this weekend, and hopefully doing the kind of same thing again. Hopefully, obviously, we get that kind of performance, but I think everyone's just after kind of watching good brands of rugby, and the way that obviously we're playing at the moment is a great attacking way, and the way that Ilkley and Malton both play as well, it just makes for an enjoyable kind of day.
Yeah, and before we touch on the team news for this week, this weekend's game, Matty, just give us an insight into what the atmosphere is like in the changing room, because it gives me a feeling of that promotion season under Simon Smith, where everyone is united as a group, and of course you were a big part of that team. Just give us sort of a bit of an insight into what it's like at the moment between the lads, because there seems to be a really good atmosphere and a buzz amongst them.
Yeah, I think, as I said, like the leaders are kind of standing up and talking a lot more. Guys that are coming back have got a bit more kind of confidence, and the young lads are enjoying it and taking it all on board. So I think we've got a really good balance there at the moment, and lads are sticking around and wanting to have a beer and things like that afterwards, and that's huge, because you don't really want kind of people just kind of dispersing after the game. You want to make sure you enjoy each other's company off the field as well as on it, and I think over the last kind of couple of months since kind of Christmas, we've been able to do that a little bit more, with obviously the ease of restrictions too. We've been able to build kind of a few kind of combinations, but then also kind of a few kind of brotherhoods and friendships in and amongst the team. And obviously you can see that on the field.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the team sheet, of course, Matty, the first 13 names on the team sheet are all the same, which has been the case for the last couple of weeks. Joe Nellis, Jordan Holloway, Sam Dawson, Luke Brown, Will Renard, Ewan Govier, Drew Govier, and Dylan Robinson. And then Alex Rowley, Tom Ratcliffe, James Long, Aaron Wilson, and Joe Marshall. Harry Demet, that could be a late change. And Tom Harrison, of course, starts at fullback. Tom Reed, Ed Hopper, and Joe Davies are on the bench. Ewan, of course, came off, Matty, during the game. He was carried off by yourself, and Breesha helped off the pitch. Drew as well came off with a little bit of a knock. Presumably those two, as we know, will quite literally run through a brick wall. They must have come through it all right enough to be available for selection this week.
Yeah. Obviously, Drew kind of just hurt his thumb, so we came off and just kind of assessed that on the sideline, and he was good to go back on. And Ewan took a bit of a knock to his leg a couple of weeks ago, and I think he took a knock to the kind of same kind of place, which obviously just gave him a little bit of a fright. His knee's fine, but it just kind of got to pretty much break down this kind of hematoma that I think he's got in his kind of leg. So he's been working on that with the physios this week, and will do again tomorrow night. But yeah, as you said, that they don't want to miss a week of rugby. Both those two enjoy and live for their kind of Saturdays playing with each other as brothers, and obviously playing for the club.
Yeah, definitely, Matty. Well, up to sixth position in North One East. Malton are in seventh. We're on 50 points as well. The run is really great at the moment. And, just looking ahead of Saturday, finally, Matty, how important would it be now for you to keep this run going and getting one over Malton, which is a place that we sometimes do struggle to go and get a result at?
Yeah, exactly. I think they kind of did the double over us in that kind of summer kind of period when we had those kind of competitions. And we spoke before the first game that it's been a good few years where we've been able to kind of put any kind of wins on Malton. So for us sitting where we're at the moment, we're in a really kind of good place. But that's nothing to say that Malton are looking to kind of hit the spoils and try and take us off that kind of perch. But what we've kind of just said is we play everything week to week, and we're after a performance this weekend. And once if we get that performance, then hopefully we'll come away with the win. But if Malton are better on the day, then they'll deserve that kind of the win themselves.